Hey guys, on that side, who's on that side of the stations over there? The lineman that was on that side. Can y'all talk to each other every once in a while? Can y'all speak, encourage each other, motivate each other, inspire each other, encourage each other? Because do y'all see the energy on this side? They all together. They all pushing each other. They all driving each other. They all forcing each other. Y'all just quiet, just going through the motions. You're getting your work done, but it's no camaraderie. I need y'all to get together, unite. I'm tired of y'all at the breakfast table, the lunch table, the dinner table with your phones. We got 5 cats on the phone. Nobody talking. Don't even know each other. Your group should know each other. Y'all quick to raise your hands when I say who the leaders. But are you really leading? Who the leaders? See what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where you leading them to? Who follow? You lead. Get off the darn phones and learn your teammates. Learn them. Know their names. Know what they like. That's including me too. All right? I got to get to know y'all as well because I need to know how to push that button.
What is up, Buff Nation? Who would have thought with Colorado sitting idle at home on a bye week, they would move up in the standings from 4th place, possibly all the way into 2nd place behind BYU with destiny in their own hands once again. Prior, Colorado was looking up in the standings, looking at opportunities to just win out and let the chips fall where they may. But who would have thought that the 2 teams that were above them, or 2 of the teams that had less losses above them, but not conference losses above them, would lose on the same weekend? Wow. Now, 2 questions. How does this change Colorado's preparation week in terms of player mentality? Will the coaches have to repeat themselves over and over in practice this week? Or will the seniors who have taken ownership of this team get everyone in line and get the job done in practice this week? Will everyone go all out in practice? Because remember, if after practice you can spend several hours on PlayStation after practice, I have to ask you, CU, what were you doing in practice? Did you give it your all? These are questions that need to be addressed this week as they prepare to go into Lubbock for a 2 p.m. kickoff, which is sure to be a raucous crowd in AT&T Jones Stadium Saturday afternoon. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, will have his Buffs ready, and the Buffs will be ready to play. I hope they grasp the opportunity that is before them. They will be up against a formidable Texas Tech team that is coming off a huge win this past weekend, a huge win over Iowa State. Great win, great motivation. Now they have the Colorado Buffaloes who are looking to come in and stop the madness in Lubbock. But Lubbock is going to be too raucous for that to happen or in that afternoon. So, what is sure to be a great game, hold on to your seats, Buff Nation. It's going to be a great game. Colorado's must start off the game fast and quickly to take away the momentum from what Texas Tech will certainly have going in their favor with the crowd behind them. If you watched the interview earlier this week, the head coach has called for the crowd to be a part of the process of the win that they are certainly looking for after coming off a huge win over Iowa State. They're looking to keep at home CU has to come in with the proper motivation and the proper mindset to get the job done. But all of that begins in, yes, you know it, ladies and gentlemen, practice. All of this begins in practice, begins in the way they prepare this week, how they prepare, the intensity of their preparation, the focus of their preparation. Don't put a time limit on how long you watch film. There is no time limit when you're preparing to possibly be preparing to play for a title game later in the season. But first, one game at a time. The next opportunity is in Lubbock. Do not look ahead. Do not look back. Do not look ahead for the teams that are on your schedule, and do not look back at what you've done. It only matters what you do on this Saturday. Okay, CU, keep that in mind. Nothing else matters but how you perform on Saturday. And how you perform on Saturday depends on how you have prepared this week before you guys get on that plane to Lubbock. Do not disappoint yourselves. Do not put yourselves in a position for other teams to have to do what you should have done yourself. Thank you. CU, thank you for this opportunity that you have before you. You didn't earn it. It was given to you by two other teams, the University of Houston and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So now, knowing Coach Prime's methodology of earning everything, you're going to have to go into Lubbock and earn this win this weekend. I look forward to watching the game, as I'm sure most of you are, Buff Nation, and we will see where the chips will fall. This is all I have for you right now. You all have a blessed day. I'm out.
That's what's wrong with most of our athletes today. We don't practice to be great. We don't practice to be dominant. We practice to practice. What do you mean by that, Prime? I'm glad you asked. We practice counting the number of periods. We practice understanding how much time we got left. We practice just to get through practice. We cutting deals in practice. You go soft, I go soft. We don't practice to be dominant. When I ask you, what was your purpose of practice, you ain't got no answer for me. I'm gonna ask you, what is your purpose of practice? I don't care if you practice at work. I don't care if you practice with your relationship. I don't care if you practice in any endeavor you choose to do. What is your purpose for practice? I practiced to be the best ever. So every time I walked on that field, I had a purpose for my practice. True.